Heavy grenade launchers have a lot going for them this season, from new incredible perks to unique artefact support. But before any of that, I want to show off just how strong Prospector is now too. The best part is the simplicity. No bait and switch or envious setup required, just fire the grenade launcher directly at the boss and watch the damage roll in. While solo, I was able to hit 4.9 million damage of it against Greg. While just shy of a 1 phase, this is really incredible this season, as the additional artifact damage we have now is a lot less than it was previously, and the nerf to Starry to Nova on top of that. But with the help of a teammate just casting a wall of radiance so I can focus on damage, I was able to get that 1 phase. But why is this weapon so good now? It's all due to the cluster bombs which spawn with every hit landed. These are 3 submunitions which explode randomly near the grenade's impact. Testing against Carl, these hit for 9,254 each, for a potential of 27,000. And for reference, the base damage of this weapon is around 46.5 thousand, shared between impact and explosion. So you're looking at a potential 60% damage increase if all munitions hit the same target. Not guaranteed at all due to the randomness here, but even if less are hit, these are the damage values. Taking a realistic average of 2 hits per shot, that is still a 40% increase in damage, surpassing bait and switch by a huge 10%. Also, there's the reserves on this thing. A total of 37 is enough to maintain most damage phases in the game by just camping this one weapon. So that's Prospector. What about the other heavy grenade launcher options? How are they holding up? And it turns out quite well. I want to bring attention to these two, the Bittersweet and the Wicked Sister, because they can roll with the perk Envious Arsenal. Think of this as just a better auto-loading holster as it is not on a timer. Instead, auto-reloads the weapon whenever you deal damage with your other 2 weapons. So it fits perfectly into a bait and switch setup. Better yet though, when enhanced, Envious Arsenal also increases reserves. For Bittersweet, this begins at 25 base, but on a roll with enhanced Envious Arsenal, this is bumped up to 27. I've had a Bittersweet drop with this perk and cascade point, and this works fantastic too. Being an arc option, it surge meshes with Cloud Strike, and a kinetic slot GL can be used for its weaken on hit effect. This ends up being a fantastic rotation for single target DPS, which I could see this getting great use at bosses such as the Witness and most dungeon encounters. Both Bittersweet and Wicked Sister roll with either cascade or bait and switch in column 4, so you can choose between burst damage or total damage as you see fit. To all existing GLs and these new legendary options, there's also a little something in the artefact to help them out in Kinetic Impacts. Per 5 grenades landed on a single target, a shockwave will hit the target, similar to kinetic tremors, but instead of 3 shocks back to back, it hits instantly 2 times. I will say though the damage here is a bit underwhelming. It hit for a total of 14,484, with the 5 shots needed to activate this hitting for a total of 344,690, so it's just a 4% damage increase. Something is better than nothing of course, but it's not exactly a deal breaker. Also, this perk does not work with exotic grenade launchers, so for a Prospector it doesn't do anything. But if you don't have these new legendary options just yet, options such as Edge Transit are just as good as ever. You can put this into the same setup, but swap out Envious Arsenal to Envious Assassin or auto loading and still output incredible damage. Also, final thing to mention as a way to really help heavy GL DPS. In these boss clips I was utilising Facet of Command quite a lot. This has had its cooldown reduced from 11 seconds down to 4, and reloads your equipped weapon whenever you freeze or suppress a target. You could do this in a more calculated way with options such as Penumbral Blast or Suppressor Grenade to get a quick reload when you want it. But you could also just throw down a stasis turret and benefit from occasional reloads whenever a freeze is hit and the cooldown is available. This was especially great with Prospector. Thank you for watching.